stress. All of these texts and calls, it's just a lot of playing pretend. And I wanna do more than talk. I guess that you can call us friends, but that's not what I want at all. Get into the space I'm in. I wanna do more than talk.
All right. Let's see if we got some people on here. If you can hear me, let me know. First off, I want to welcome you all to this page, to this tutorial, to this live stream. I think we're all kind of in quarantine, so I'm from the home studio today. We're going to go through a promo that I produced actually 2 or so months ago for a concert that's been postponed. I'm sure that's happening to more and more shows as the summer will go on. First off, though, I want to point you to imagingprod.com. That is my website. If you are a radio station, if you are a podcaster, if you're a DJ, if you're looking for audio production, go to my website, fill out the contact form if you're interested in me producing the same quality of stuff that I'm going to play for you today, for your own podcast, for your own show, for your own station. If you're interested in that, I've got a whole bunch of SoundCloud links here with promos that I've done for various radio stations. So there's plenty of audio there. Reach out to me. If you're interested, we can talk pricing, all of that stuff. imagingprod.com. Now, a lot of you are probably producers and you're not looking to hire somebody. That's fine. You're here for the tips. I got you. We're going to go through this promo, this template, and kind of just talk broad strokes about what's going on, why I'm using the plugins that I'm using, and why I'm using Studio One. So that's what we're going to do. Disclaimer, as far as the audio goes, it's all going to be in mono. I've tried to figure out a way to have my microphone broadcast to both channels along with the stereo audio, and it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do, we're going to broadcast in the highest quality mono that we possibly can, and when we're done, I will upload the audio file that matches what we've done here to SoundCloud and post the link in the description. If that works, great. If it doesn't, sorry. I'll figure out a way to get stereo everything as we go on, but this is kind of the test drive, so we're going to try it out. As far as what I'm doing here, we are going to play the promo. This is a Justin Bieber promo for My 99.5 in Salt Lake City, and Steve Stone VO, Justin Bieber music. It's pretty simple. Here it is.
Tuesday, June 9th, Justin Bieber returns to Utah, bringing his Changes Tour to Vivint Smart Home Arena. And My 99.5 has your tickets to the show all day this Friday.
Yeah, you got that yummy.
Justin recently released his new single, Yummy, off the forthcoming album, Changes, which will be released February 14th. Jaden Smith and Kalani will also be joining the tour as openers. Listen to My 99.5 every hour this Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the keyword, and text it to 59570 to grab your free seats. The American Express presale starts Thursday at 10 a.m. at justinbiebermusic.com/tour.
There is the promo. So let's just go through basically the template and what it is. First up, all of these are VO tracks. The first, 11 or so tracks are VO tracks. Even these top 2 up here, left and right, those are just panning so that, if you want to do like a stereo delay, which is going to be really difficult to get as far as mono goes, but we can try it here.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
Bottom is right, top is left. You know, you can have
/tour. At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
Obviously, I don't do stuff like that, but it's good to have those tracks up here for utility reasons. We have VO flat 1 and 2. That is literally just no filters, no delays, no effects, nothing really going on there. It's just a dry track. It's not dry because it's still going through the mastering and the VO bus, which has some effects on that as well. But as far as like high pass filters, delays, echoes, any of that stuff, that is not happening on VO flat 1 or 2.
And text it to 59570.
High pass filter, that is this track, and it sounds like this.
The American Express presale starts Thursday at 10 a.m.
Next up is H delay, which I don't know. Yeah, I do have something on H delay. Okay.
Justin recently released his new single, Yummy, off the forthcoming album, Changes, which will be released February 14th.
And you can kind of hear that echoey trail that goes out. Then we've got a crunch track, which sounds like this.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
And then we have the wide track, which the reason why we have a wide track and we don't just use the VO left and right is sometimes when you're doing panning, it can actually phase on the air and you lose the effect. So this is Waves Doubler, and this is my template for it. And the nice thing is it will give you that same stereo spread effect, but it actually sounds pretty good in mono, so it should sound great on this stream.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
So there's that. Then we have another, I call it crisp high pass. It's not. I just haven't figured out a good name for it. But that sounds like this.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
It's kind of like a telephone effect with a little bit of a delay on it as well. We have a thin filter, which by itself is going to sound really tinny, but it's great for layering.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
And then we have another track called Beat Delay, which this is really echoey. And the reason why it's here is because I will layer it with one of the flat tracks to create a different type of echo delay. And it can be tempo mapped as well.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
So you can see it's very aggressive there, but if you layer it with a flat track and you bring the volume down pretty far.
At JustinBieberMusic.com/tour.
It's not as aggressive, and it's actually kind of a cool effect. We have these effects tracks here, which those are for sound effects. So in this track, we've got sound design from Production Vault, because we're Production Vault subscribers at My99.5. And we also have, the typical concert crowd screams because it's a concert promo. And then these 4 tracks here are music tracks. Those are for music hooks and any type of bed, any type of music that is in this. And the reason why it's a separate track is because we've got a couple of things going on. First off, if we go into the mixer and you look at the music bus here, you'll see I've got a filter on it, and that just filters everything out below 100 hertz. It kills all of that low-end rumble, and it sounds really good with the mastering because you're still going to get a lot of the low end that you want to make the song sound full, but you aren't going to get all of those really bassy frequencies that once they run through a compressor and then once they run through the Omnia, Optimod, what have you on the air chain, it's just going to sound just so boomy and almost inaudible. So what I do is I filter out those frequencies. And then the second thing that we have going on here is one knob filter. This is my secret weapon. I love it. I automate music with it to create kind of those sweeping filters that allow VO to kind of sit in there better. I don't know. Do I use it on this one? Let's see. Yes, I do. I use it right at the end. All right. So here we go. Come down here. This is my automation for this. And you know what? I actually use this in lieu of effects at the end, like a hit or a wipe, just because of the way that it rolls into the stop set. It just blended well. So what I did is, if I pull up the plugin here, turn the resonance off completely, because the resonance is going to introduce weird frequencies that kind of mess with the music. And then I just automate the filter. And the nice thing is, you'll watch when I play this, you'll see this knob here change and you'll hear the effect. So here you go. We'll solo it out for you. And it's such a great tool to have to create those transitions. I use it a lot when going from bed to bed. The nice thing about this Bieber promo is it was actually really easy to transition between these two songs just on beat. You don't really need a lot of sound design if your edits are clean and musical. And that's one of the things that I've learned over the years is you can kind of get away with not using a lot of sound design as long as your edits are musical. So if you listen to this transition, kind of sounds weird by itself, but in the grand scheme of the actual promo.
February 14th, Jaden Smith and Kalani will also be joining the tour as openers. Listen to My 99.5.
So you're going to hear this beat right here will come down and match up with that beat up here. And so you can get away with edits. That was a quick edit. And so you can get away with that as long as it's musical, which is nice. So those are the music tracks. Every single music track has one knob filter on it, and the automation parameters are set up so that I can literally just find this yellow line, drag the parameters around, and go through that. Then we have these effects tracks, which are a lot like the effects track I use for VO. But these ones are more for sound design. So like here, we've got a really long reverb, which I'm using Eventide's Black Hole just on the default setting. And if you solo out this hit and combine it with this reverb, you'll hear how long the trail is. And you can see here that this reverb is still kind of decaying. I may have turned it down a little bit so that it's not quite as long and big, but if I'm to solo this out, and let's just crank this up. You can hear that reverb really decay, and it kind of just extends it, makes it a little more full. And yeah, so that's what these tracks are. That crisp track here is the same as this crisp high pass track that I told you isn't the correct name for it, because it's not high pass, it's not low pass, it's kind of like a telephony filter with a delay on it. And then we have the delay, which is the exact same thing as beat delay, and we can use that on music. So, let's say, here, we'll just try it over here. So if I drag that down here to the delay track and bring the volume down, you'll hear that beat delay. And you can tempo map that down here. Here's the tempo map, so that's saying 120, so that's what it's going at. And that's a default stock plugin from Studio One called Beat Delay. So that's kind of cool. And then down here, I've just got extra tracks in case I need more. I rarely need more than 4 effects and 4 music tracks, but you know, every once in a while you do. Let's see what else we can show off here. This is the mastering template. So we've got a REQ. I just love these EQs. They're my favorite. I know them inside and out. They're the bomb. So I love the REQ filters. This is a 30 hertz filter. That's just killing any random stray super low frequencies that are sneaking through to mess up your mix. Then I've got Ozone 9, and we've got the dynamics module, the maximizer, the imager. The maximizer, the threshold's pretty low on this, but sometimes what I'll do is I will actually crank the threshold depending on how much I want to compress something. If you really want like a crunchy, super glued together sound, you can crank that threshold to like maybe -6, -5. Your mileage may vary. It depends on what you're doing. And then we have the stereo imager module as well. And then this is my secret weapon here, the reverb. This is my reverb that I put on the end of a lot of stuff, and you'll kind of hear it. I put it on the full mix because I think it just really gives everything a nice shine. And
at justinbiebermusic.com/tour.
And you're hearing that on the tail end of that. It works really good with like dry VO sweepers, where it's just, you know, supposed to roll over music. It just kind of gives it a little extra polish, which is nice. So that's the basics of the template. You know, I know that this is the first live stream, so we don't have a lot of actual live viewers on this. Hopefully, as we get into a habit of doing these, kind of showing tips and tricks, we'll get more people jumping into the live video so they can ask questions as I go and I can answer them. But, you know, we're all quarantined. Maybe we're out on a hike. I don't know. There's stuff to do on a Saturday that doesn't involve watching Gavin play radio. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments of the video, which will be posted. I'm going to post it on our YouTube channel and also here on Facebook. And if you've got questions, drop them in the comments. I'd be happy to respond and answer any questions. You know, if there's specific stuff that you're really interested in learning about with Studio One or any DAW, feel free to leave them in the comments. I use Studio One, Pro Tools, Logic, Reaper, Audition. I'm pretty well versed in all of them. So if you've got questions about specific DAWs, I'd be happy to help. And just kind of go through and show you my process, show you what I do, how I do it, why I do it, and why I'm using the programs that I'm using to do what I'm doing. Studio One is my main DAW. I just think it works great. I think it's kind of like Pro Tools, but without all of the old code that really bogs it down. So that's why I use Studio One. But yeah, drop comments. Let me know what you want to see. I'd love to take you into some more sessions. I wanted to do this one kind of quick, just to give you an overview of things so that when we get into more live streams, you kind of know where things are, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. And then that leaves more time for me to show you the actual tips and tricks. So let me know if this was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, leave them. And if you're interested in getting this type of production for your own station, for your podcast, I know there's a ton of podcasters out there that really want to have a nice intro and outro. Totally up for doing stuff like that. Any type of audio production you're looking for, I'd love to talk with you about it. Imagingprod.com. That's the website, imagingprod.com. The contact form's there. We've got audio samples, and yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching. and have a great Saturday. Stay safe. Wash your hands. All right. We will talk to you in the next stream. Okay.
But every night I'm feeling so